Yay.
Yeah, I'll see how it goes, and then it might not be worth putting it out there or something. Yeah,
Yeah, nothing to say.
yeah, and then I think to say, yeah, it's
Yeah.
even when when I listen to yourself or any like video and like you go in the car and I got half an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and I go out and park somewhere, and then you you want to listen to like a non-duality video. But as soon as you like turn it on, then right afterwards, what like what then you go to TikTok, watch couple of videos and all that, and there's nothing you can again go back to this because there's nothing experientially can entertain you somewhere else. So yeah, you keep coming back to this communication. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no choice. There's no doer doing it. It's just happening. It's like a radio station tuning in, like a resonant.
Yeah. There's
Hmm.
already, yeah. Kind of get that alreadiness of this alreadiness of the chaos, alreadiness of this that it kind of relaxes you when kind of realize that nothing needs to happen.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it is
Yeah, it's in every
amazing.
shape and form. It's anger, it's heartbreak, it's like
Hmm.
yesterday someone was talking about the full circle. I think easy. The full circle where you are already, but you're not bothered about it anymore. There's no like meaning to it anymore. Like the meaning
Yeah.
yeah. That kind of relaxes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing, it's not personal. It's just appearing like the dream at night. It's just on autopilot and it's happening for no one and no one's in it. No one's controlling it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
happening. Nothing personal. Totally
Yeah.
free to be whatever's appearing. And whatever's
Yeah.
appearing is what's longed for already.
Yeah.
So if it's anger or sadness or even resistance, is that's what's being longed for. That's everything. That's the beloved.
Mm. It is the making the scene too. It's like, can you hear me all right? Though I'm outside, so I don't know if my reception is okay.
I can hear it good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. What was saying? Like it sounds like the decision making as well. And can I make the decision? Cannot make the decision? And that's how it is appearing. That
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're confused about something, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how it doesn't have to be a fixed. Why I'm not able to make a decision? It's appearing as confusion about something. It's
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's so cool because there's no choice to make the choice. There's no decision to make the decision. It's just happening. And then the confusion, the uncertainty to for a decision is the same. It's just this appearing as confusion for no one.
yeah, yeah,
It's so great.
yeah, yeah. Sleepwalking.
Yeah. Yeah, walking around in the imagination that's not real.
Yeah,
And everything's a concept and a thought. It's just that appears as shapes and colors and forms, but it's all God's mind, which you are God.
yeah,
And uninvolved with whatever's appearing to happen. Totally untouched and untainted, and it's just amazing.
yeah, yeah. I always, I, it, like when it says no separation, and like when you said uninvolved, and that always gets me how, because you can't understand no separation in any way. For me, I think me can understand that, and I kind of find it sometimes hard that sometimes you listen to a conversation and then something is said and then you go back into start thinking, oh, well, I need to make sense of that as well. I need to make, but no separation always gets me kind of
Mm-hmm.
how uh, is it because there's no me, or is it because uh well like is it because everything is energetically appearing as the same, so that's how there's no separation. But thinking about this no separation thing is it will never conclude that for, in a way.
Yeah, because so like the noumenal is the phenomenal. That's the no duality. So like the absolute is the relative. It's not separate. Um, so it's this, the noumenal is, you know, what you are appearing as, the phenomenal, which isn't real. And so it's like radical duality calls it one boundless energy. That's the same as God. So it's one
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
one God. And that's what's not separate, can't be separate. It's in everything, it is everything, it's permeating everything, it's appearing as everything. So it's appearing as bodies, trees, cars, screens, in the imagination. It's mental, it's not physical, it's not solid or tangible or substantial, or there's no entity, there's no separate soul or entity, or it appears as separate bodies, but it's one totality. So it's like one body, you could say. The whole imagination is one body, one totality, appearing to
yeah,
function involuntarily, automatically. And no one's doing it, no one's controlling it, no one created it. And
yeah,
it's not even happening is the other crazy part. It's not even really happening.
yeah. That's given me a new, okay, new, uh, yeah, the understanding of this no separation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And since you are the noumenal that can't be known, because if you imagine being the only one in the world, first of all, there wouldn't be a world. But if you were the only one in the world, you wouldn't know yourself. You wouldn't know what you were because you're the only one. You don't have anything, you don't have a reference point, you don't have anything to compare yourself to. So that's what it is.
yeah,
You're the only one. So you can't know, just like the eye can't see itself.
yeah,
So but through the mirror of opposite, through the mirror of duality, you can sense yourself. So through this dream of opposite, because you are
mm,
the formless dreaming form. So through the dream of opposite, you can sense yourself, and you can you know, and you know, it's also innocent and wild and chaotic and involuntary, and uninvolved. So you can it doesn't matter if you wake up from the dream, you know, it's just, this is all very playful and free and no meaning, no purpose. So, and you're whole and complete already. You're the infinite, immortal, um, invincible. You know, like you're not even in the body. The body is being imagined. So
Yeah, I used to listen to Papaji. Mentioned yeah, something
Me
he said
too.
about. Yeah.
Hmm.
Did you ever go there? Did you ever been to? I know Jim was once went to
Oh, cool.
India. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I never met him in person, but
yeah,
I definitely read his books and watched videos.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
And Sri Ramana too, and Nisargadatta, all of those. I studied all the traditional Advaita as well 6 years
yeah.
ago, apparently.
Six- Yeah, I didn't study as much, like didn't read as much, but I read Rumi, the whole six parts of that. But uh, the Papa, well, I got a lot of videos, uh, and we used to say something that everything is already past. It's not even there, and that kind
Hmm.
of resonates. That it's like it's already gone. It's already gone past.
Yeah.
You can't hold it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's over before it starts. Like,
before it's done. Yeah,
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 I've been talking about that in videos lately. It's like the Big Bang
yeah.
instantly. Yeah, it's done.
Instantly. Yeah, it's gone already. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
It's amazing. All of it is just a beautiful metaphor too. Everything screams this. Everything's a message. Everything's a clue. Everywhere you look. Like it's one of the biggest clues is deep sleep. When another clue is the dream at night.
yeah,
Then movies are a good clue, and
mm,
plays and stuff, theater,
yeah,
puppet shows, everything is just screaming it. And then the even birth and death, the idea of the expansion and the contraction is
yeah,
just that's the Big Bang right there. It's like
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
open, close, like. And I mean, even these words are appearing and disappearing before you can even grasp, and each one is singular, without
mm,
another. Each thought is singular, so no cause and effect, no time. So nothing makes sense, but the imagination can brilliantly abstract to make the story make sense, like a movie, but it's really just a single frame.
yeah. The meditation, like, yeah, that's then it asks, it comes up with a question, and we think that that's that's duality. Uh, and I think that's where it's you talk about the slingshot. It, it yeah, like then there's a question and the expectation that a question will end somehow with seeing this through or somehow. But they need they feel to need to grasp that seemingly for the me final slingshot moment to to not to have the question.
Oh yeah, because that's another hide and seek game. That's another
Mm.
clever little game because there is no event. It's already this. So
Yeah,
whatever is being looked for is the looker. That's why it can't be found because you are what you're looking for.
yeah,
And you can't find it because you are
yeah,
it. And you can't get outside of everything to know it because you are everything, which is nothing. So, um, so what's being looked for and longed for is whatever's immediately appearing now, whatever's immediately appearing, and that's it.
mm,
And once that's allowed to just be, and there's no more looking, because the looking is the me.
yeah,
The looking is just, and all that is a thought. It's just a thought that it must be somewhere else. And that's all it is. And no one's perceiving that thought and no one's thinking that thought. So there already is no me. That thought
Yeah.
is just arising in God's mind. It's already free. It's just appearing and disappearing, and it's no one's thought. It's completely impersonal. And so the identification with the thought is the thought, because there's no one to identify with a thought already. And a grasping a thought is the thought. And the thoughts, it's so brilliant how the imagination appears to work, because the thoughts are like a magnet to like thoughts. So one thought will magnetically attract another thought to back up its the belief of the thought, which is the thought. And so it'll kind of make a stream of thoughts to prove, and it's like selective thinking. So it's all like kind of clustered together in this idea. And that's what resonance is, because it's like a radio station, like tuning into a radio station. So it'll attract that frequency to back up the belief of the thought, to prove it, which it can't be proven because none of it has meaning, but it'll make it appear as it's real and it has meaning, and with the attraction, with the magnet. So and the contraction is the intuitive GPS system, which is the way that you wake up from the dream. And so, because otherwise, if there wasn't a discomfort or a contraction, how would you wake up, or how would you, think something was off, or think something was missing or not right? So I don't see the contraction as the me. I see the me as a thought that's appearing to be divided, and then the contraction is the intuition, the GPS system that's screaming, this isn't real, this isn't happening, this isn't separate. Wake up! It's like an alarm clock next to your bed, waking you up from the dream, and it'll get really uncomfortable until it just, like the slingshot, it just pulls back and then hits the mark. And so I don't see anything wrong with contraction. I think it's just part of it. There's the contraction and expansion. That's the GPS system. To wake you up from the dream. So if there's a thought of, I'm a me and I'm separate, that contraction comes in as the intuition alarm clock saying, this isn't real, this isn't happening, this isn't separate. And that's what it's screaming. And that's why it causes fear. It's like kind of like when you're in a nightmare at night and you there's so much contraction that it wakes you up from the dream, and you're like, oh my God, that was just a dream, So then the thought will come in, the impersonal thought and the infinite imagination of something's off, this can't be right. And then a thought comes in of non-duality. And then a thought comes in of watching the videos of non-duality. And then the thought comes in, oh my gosh, it's already this. It's even the seeking. It's even the looking. The looking is it too. I am what I'm looking for. Oh my gosh. Even the me, even the idea of me is what I'm longing for. It's not, none of it separate. It's all one beautiful, infinite imagination. One wholeness appearing as ideas and concepts that aren't real.
Yeah. And then the words don't have any meaning.
Yeah, totally. Because it has infinite meaning. It's all truth. So then then there's no truth. Because it could mean anything. It's all relative meaning, and
Yeah.
which is malleable and
Yeah, sorry.
oh, go ahead.
Then the eye that wanted to get somewhere couldn't reality that it cannot, there's nowhere for it to get to, kind of. Yeah, there's no meaning anywhere for it to be kind of verified in a way. It doesn't get
Yeah.
verified. And yeah,
Yeah. It's just impersonal thoughts without meaning. And what
yeah,
you are is this emptiness, this substratum, or this stillness, this silence that has no qualities. You're nothing. Appearing as thoughts and concepts and ideas in the imagination. So there's nothing to get, there's no me to get rid of, there's no enlightenment to attain. That's the bummer.
yeah,
That's the part where people say this isn't what you thought, or it's not what you were expecting or what you wanted, because it's like a loss. It's like a loss of a fantasy of enlightenment, because enlightenment, the thought of enlightenment is like, it's going to be bliss, it's going to always be amazing, and everything's going to work out. And um it has nothing to do with that. That's just a concept. Enlightenment is just a concept, and you are the emptiness from which it's appearing, which is everything. So it's
yeah,
almost like you lose all meaning and all realness, and then you gain everything in a way, because it's all one.
yeah. Yeah, even when we think that, while realize, even it thinks it's able to see that there's nothing, there's no meaning to the me, and it's not there. Uh, Even still there is a sense that kind of it will be for me. This will be a special thing that I will still be there. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of a special, still tied to that this will finally be yes, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then you see that was just an idea, concept that wasn't real. It's a story. And you never had a life. The past didn't even happen. Before this phone call didn't happen, and even this isn't happening. So it's yeah, it's like the death of a story that didn't happen, which is not even a death, it's nothing. It's a non-event. It's
yeah.
just
Even
that
that's
it's
a story.
yeah, even that's a story.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and all words contradict because it's wordless, you know,
yeah,
which is the words. So even when there's obviously no me and nothing's real, they're still talking in the story. There's no other way to talk.
yeah,
But it's fun because it's not real. It's playful.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That resonates. That is, it's kind of still. It's yeah, always a story.
Yeah. Yeah, I've what were you gonna say?
Story is not contraction. Stories what's happening. It's
Yeah.
we see that contraction, but it's allowed to play as well, meaninglessly
Yeah.
yeah,
Totally. And it's free. But if there's a thought that says the story is separate from the absolute, that's when the contraction comes in, because it's the contraction saying, no, this isn't separate. It's not real. This is God playing, it's not separate. So that's the only time contraction would come in, is to say, there's a thought that's being divided, which cannot be divided. So even if it appears to be divided, it's still not divided. But if the thought is a belief that it's divided, the alarm system will go off. which
Yeah,
is so cool.
the contraction says that the story needs to end, kind of.
Mm. Well, the thought can say that, and then the intuition is screaming, no. The thought is, the absolute appearing is thought. There's no separation. I've had people that I've talked to that are really resisting the story. They're really they're saying they think that the story, or even washing dishes or doing daily life, is separate from the whole, and that's what causes suffering, because this is God playing house, or God washing dishes. It's all one. Going to the grocery store is meditating in a cave. It's the same thing. It's the
Yeah.
ordinary is extraordinary. This is all God. Everywhere, everything is one God looking at itself. So the scene is the seer. It's everything. So it's talking in the story. It's asking your friend, what did they do yesterday? Even though yesterday didn't happen, there's no avoiding those words. There's no holding back and saying one is, this is relative and this is absolute. The relative is the absolute. So it's
Yeah.
free to talk and free to play. And there's some people that try to talk in non-duality talk, where they try not to use the words I and me, try to talk in third person, or I've heard people try to say apparently every sentence, and that can be even almost an appearance of division, because it's like you don't have to do that. You don't have to you don't have to avoid words. You can talk normal. I mean, this is the beloved. Every word is God.
Yeah.
There is no
Nothing.
duality.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Safwan said, there's nothing need to be done because it's already perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing needs to change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's total perfection. Everything is, and it's always this. It's always, even though the past didn't happen, you can say it's always been this already. It's just life, and it's just happening for no one. It's already on autopilot, just happening. And even when there is an avoidance of words and certain ways of speaking, that's freedom to appearing as that. There's no one doing
Yeah.
it. It's just a thought in the imagination. It's no one's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can appear to be kind of freedom can appear as restricting or having rules, which is still without rules, appearing as rules.
Yeah. Because rules cannot, well, never would have any kind of effect on this.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no cause and effect.
Mm.
So that's just innocently arising and not affecting anything. It's just,
Mm.
yeah, it's one ice cream with infinite flavors. So it can appear to, as different qualities, but it doesn't have qualities.
Yeah, I can love appearing as pain,
Mm-hmm.
as contraction, as
Yeah.
there was
Yeah. And
something yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Mm-hmm.
There's something came up early on that like the me, often it says it's energetic. The words don't have any meaning, like just flowing. There was sometimes you have glimpses, and I used to do kind of this mantra kind of words, and some couple of times the word, the same word was uh very well different feeling to the word than I would normally say. The word was expanded to you don't know how to say it, but the word became very full of joy kind of its meaning. And then the words, for me, the words have like meaning, and sometimes it's said that the words of energetically what is appearing. And the what question came to my head was that like for the me says this is as much that he says this is a cup with kind of a conviction that this is a cup. So for the word to be not have any meaning or not not even existing, is that said with as much conviction there that it doesn't have any, like for the me the conviction is yes this is a cup, but when you say energetically the word is not existing in a sense, is it said with as much conviction that yeah, it's not there, the word is
Mm-hmm.
not even there to have a
Yeah.
meaning?
Yeah. Even logically, if you take the word cup and you take away all other words or thoughts and concepts, what is the word cup? It's has no meaning without the reference to other or
Yeah,
opposite, or so it's singular. The word cup is singular, and it would have infinite meaning. It could be anything, which is no meaning, which is nothing. So it just has, yeah, everything is would have infinite meaning, which cancels itself out to zero meaning. And there's nothing
yeah,
before or after it. It's singular. Cup is singular without before or after. So there would be nothing else. So then it would be all alone and wouldn't know itself, wouldn't have meaning, can't be known.
yeah. That's why I said everything is this, even and
Mm-hmm.
and even whatever word you use are like the floor is this and the wall is this, and even small or big, everything is this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything is
that
everything.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's singular. So like hand is everything, nothing
yeah,
else, nothing before or after. And it's infinite information, infinite potential.
yeah, without anything attached to it, and nothing can be attached to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
And there's no one seeing it too. There's no subject object. So it's just immediate hand. It's just like being hand.
yeah.
There's no object, no subject.
Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah. It's just amazing. And there's nothing to get. It's just this. It's everyone, everything's already enlightened. There's no enlightenment to attain.
yeah,
Everything's already free to be whatever's appearing, even if it's the thought, this isn't it, this isn't free, or the thought, it's got to feel a certain way. It's got to feel like an elevated state of consciousness for me to know that I'm free. That's it too. That's freedom. It's whatever's appearing.
So even the subject that thinks that is looking at an object,
Yeah,
is that also
that's also freedom. That's God. Can't escape it. Can't get outside of it. It's
yeah,
everything. Whatever's appearing to happen is everything. And
singular?
the suffering, yeah, the suffering is just a thought, it's just a concept. It's not, no one's suffering. Like, even if you watch thoughts, they arise from emptiness, disappear back in emptiness instantly. And I mean, it's over before it starts. And if you look for a perceiver, you can't find it. It's empty. Just like when you look for
Yeah,
me, you can't find it. It's empty. It's silent. So it's that emptiness from which everything's appearing, disappearing is appearing as everything. It's one. It's illuminating everything. And when there's no more looking, which the looking is the thought that's the thought that's appearing as dividing, which isn't real. It's just a thought in the imagination for no one. No one's thinking that thought. But when it's obvious that it's everything, that it was too easy, too simple, too obvious, that it's literally this, whatever's appearing immediately is everything. And then the seeking and looking stops. It's very obvious that this is eternal. There's no time. This is seamless. It's not separate. It's empty. It's still. It's not even moving, but appearing to move. So it's almost like instead of the backgrounds, the substratum or the emptiness is almost in the foreground in a way, you could say, just to figure a speech, to say that it's louder than the appearance. It's more obvious that it's not separate because there's presence, you could say. It's just beingness, and it's um there's no trying to escape this or resisting this or trying to get away from it. So it's obvious that it's peaceful or still.
yeah. The movement is the problem. Movement is seems like here the movement is the me wanting to understand it. It's not moving, but for me,
Yeah,
it's because you have to understand it. Then it's it's past and the future kind of becomes alive.
yeah, which is just a concept in the imagination. And there is no me already. So it's just a concept in the imagination that appears to be separating or dividing somehow. It's appearing as it's got to be something else, or it's got to be in the future. It's got to be a certain way. It's not this. And that's just a thought
Yeah,
that's appearing for no one. It's just in the imagination. All of this is imagination. The car, the bodies, it's all concepts in the one mind. And there's no one perceiving it either. The thought is the experience, and there's no one experiencing it.
but there's no next, no
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, it's so literal. It's like, where's the next? I don't see it.
Yeah.
It's just this. Whatever's appearing.
Yeah.
It is total freedom. And it doesn't need to be obvious. It doesn't need to, and it's not some kind of explosion or like an event. It's just this already. It's just this. It's too easy. It's too obvious. It's too obvious that it doesn't need to be obvious.
Yeah.
It, and it can be overlooked because it's too close because you are it.
Yeah. Empty. It's empty, but the me wants something, but it's empty of any meaning or any next or any value.
Yeah, that's just a fantasy or a thought in imagination. That's like it's gonna be samadhi. I'm gonna be sitting on a throne and people prostrating or
Yeah.
what a joke.
Yeah.
Everything's the guru. There is no guru. Everything. The tree, the street, the car, the chair. That's the guru. The breath, the voice, the sound, drinking a cup of tea. It's literally everything. It's singing to itself all day, making love to itself through everything, by being everything, hiding in plain sight by already being everything. Too easy. And there is no me. That's the joke. There is no me to get rid of. There's no me to get free or to liberate from. There never has been an individual. That was just a thought in the infinite imagination. And you are the whole. You are the substratum from which all the thoughts appear and disappear. It's totally free and without qualities and without limitation. And I love the analogies of like some of the clues, like deep sleep, where in the traditional Advaita, they call that like sim similar to Pada Brahman or pure awareness that can't be aware of itself because it's all there is, you know.
Yeah.
And but in the waking, which is what they say is the dream or the consciousness, which is the same as the Pada Brahman. It's not separate. But through this appearance or dream or imagination, that which doesn't exist and which is the noumenal, can experience and appear to um, exist or through the veil of resistance um, can appear to be real. It's so which is beautiful. I mean, how fun is that?
Yeah. So many like colors appearing and disappearing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a magic show. And
Yeah.
it can be anything. And it's
Yeah.
wild. It's out of control. Totally wild.
Yeah. A silence, some like up to like this conversation or Zoom meeting at a certain place, like a silence takes over, and it's uh like especially in live Zoom meetings, live meetings, and yeah, just then there's nothing to like say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it can appear too as when it's obvious there's no me and there's no problem to solve and there's no
Yeah.
meaning. There's no meaning. There can
Yeah.
be, they can appear as coming up with a problem to solve. Who cares, you know? It could be a boredom of not having a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're so yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me a problem now. Go, come on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is still not a problem, but still it's fun.
yeah,
It's fun.
yeah. That's just colors appearing as life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's involuntary, like there's no body and there's no one in the body. The body's just appearing in imagination. If there was a body, the whole entire imagination would be one body, which is involuntarily functioning as a whole. So like the dream at night where just all these random things happen, and and there's no one controlling or doing it. It's just spontaneous without a script or destiny or beginning or whatever. Um, it's just all doing itself involuntarily, like the analogy of the body of the human body, where the heart's beating and the blood's pumping, and it's just doing itself without anyone doing it or controlling it, or
Yeah.
it's out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now I've started shaking my legs now, and I'm like, yeah, it's something wants to stay there then, or something like, yeah, where's the problem?
Oh, to have a problem, is that what you said? To come up with the problem?
Yeah, yeah. When I think body is used to like the problems are solving and that, and when there's like silence, it's like I'm saying I'm shaking my legs now because the body feels irritated for not having a problem. They're so used to having a problem. So it's
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that can totally happen. Yeah.
yeah,
Um for Jenny, when I when it was so obvious there was no me and no problem, and that the body just seemed to melt, like it was just literally nothing to do, no issue, and no purpose, no reason for anything, no cause and effect, no time, no consequence, no before, no after. So no, yeah, uh, no responsibility. Um, it did feel kind of naked at first, like it was just like this void or something, because I could see then how busy it was with the should and shouldn't, and
yeah,
this needs to be that way, and right or wrong, and worry, and there was literally nothing to worry about, and it felt like it was liquid or soup, like melted on the street or something. um yeah, and
um,
then what were you gonna say?
yeah, because it's not doing anything already.
Yeah.
It's yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's already no one doing it. All of that, all of it's just concepts in the imagination that don't exist, that aren't even happening, they're not even real. It's all stories. That's why people say that the awakening is a non-event that didn't happen, because nothing's happened. And then
yeah,
it's the recognition that there is no me to wake up. There is no awakening. It's like a loss of an idea, a fantasy. Nothing to get,
yeah.
nothing on offer, nothing.
But that doesn't happen. a death that doesn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so free, you don't exist. So free
yeah,
that there's nothing to get free from. It's already this. It's always this. And this isn't moving, it's not going anywhere. It has no meaning, and it's just an appearance in the imagination. It's not real, like a daydream or not really happening.
yeah. Nothing to be free from. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's the freedom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So free that you're nothing.
yeah,
Can't get any freer than that.
yeah,
What doesn't exist cannot be divided.
yeah. Already.
Yeah. That's the joke. It's a cosmic joke. Like I remember Sri Ramana and Nisargadatta saying, "You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh when you realize how easy and you know it's already this."
Yeah,
And there was nothing to get. Yeah, it's whatever's appearing to happen immediately. Immediately.
yeah. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And even the twitching, even the wanting a problem to solve, that's it too.
Yeah.
Everything's God.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny in a way. It's kind of a joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the resistance, even the
Yeah.
contraction, everything's it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Even the idea of me, that's just a thought. That's it. That's what you're longing for. And
Yeah.
that's like the missing puzzle piece because once that's what you're longing for, then there's nothing to resist and
Yeah.
it's game over. The longing is
It's
what
not
you're
of
longing
me.
for. Hmm?
It's kind of automatic thought of me as well. It's autopilot. It's not a me thinking that there's a me.
Mm-mm.
It's, yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
just a thought. The me is
Yeah.
just a thought, and no one's thinking the thought, no one's perceiving the thought. The thought is arising in emptiness and in the
Yeah.
one mind,
Yeah.
which is not separate, which is wholeness already, which is immaculate already, free already. No one's thinking the thought.
Yeah.
It's just a thought, and like a cloud in the sky, it's just appears and disappears,
Uh,
and not personal.
the me is free already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is freedom.
Yeah.
All thoughts are free, thoughts and ideas, and
Yeah.
it's all freedom. And it's all playful. I
Yeah.
I remember feeling like it was such a gift to identify with a me because then I could because um how else would there be this sensation of freedom, without that once feeling bound or once, identifying with a
Yeah.
thought, which is the thought, you know. So all of it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's why I call it a love story. It's just because it's all God. God playing hide and seek, or God um, pretending to wake up from a dream that didn't happen, and none of it happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for this.
Thank you. Yay. Reach out anytime. Thank you,
Yeah.
Saeed.
I know I hit the ground running, but it was nice to see you.
Good
I
to
love
see
your,
you.
yeah, I love your like poetic videos, and because I kind of was very attached to Sufism
Oh,
early, and
wow.
and a lot of the books are very like most of the Sufi kind of is poetic stories and poetic writing, and I enjoy that kind of reading and
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
yeah,
How beautiful.
yeah,
Wow, that's a compliment, even though there's no one to take credit, but that's absolutely beautiful.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
Wow.
I live
How
very close to
exciting.
Alexis.
Hmm?
Yeah, I live very close to Alexis.
Oh, yay. She's amazing. I hung out with her in
Yeah, I
Asheville.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She mentioned you. Um,
Oh,
I met her uh, Tuesday. There was like live meeting in a cafe, and I went a couple of times, and it's amazing. Yeah,
she's
feel very lucky.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
she speaks
yeah,
very eloquent too. And I called her and I told her this Kali disguised as Saraswati, because Saraswati's got the eloquent,
yeah,
talk, and
yeah,
then Kali that chops your head off.
yeah.
Yeah,
Puts the necklace around your neck. Yeah, like Kali
yeah.
gets mentioned in yeah.
Oh, cool. She's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yay, I might make it over there. I got invited to Brighton for a meeting, so we'll see. I homeschool my 12-year-old, so I'll see when I can make it there, maybe
Oh
in
yeah,
in
yeah,
on in a summer
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
That would be nice. Yeah. In Brighton, yeah, I've been a couple of times in Brighton, uh, Andres, and yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that would
Oh,
be nice.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for this, and
Thank you. Love you, friend. We'll be in touch.
yeah, take
Oh,
care.
okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.